Hi everyone, it's Miss Amy and it is craft time for summer reading program, Imagine Your Story. Today we traveled to Europe as we've been traveling through all of the continents, and we watched a video about all of the countries that are part of Europe. I just realized that I have my key on. I read a story from Ireland, a folktale from Ireland called St. Dominic and the Bees, and it's about these bees and this monk, Domnonc, who was so enamored with his bees, and he was so good at taking care of him that when he went to leave the monastery, they followed him. And you have to read the story. It's a wonderful story, or watch the video that came before this one. So today, in honor of that, we are going to make our own bees. And this morning, in both of my summer reading program groups, we made bees, and everybody's bees came out different. They all looked adorable. So your bee is going to look different than mine. This is just a basic outline, so which is great. Okay, so what you need is yellow paper. You can see I've already cut some yellow bees, black paper, and white paper, so that we can make wings and things. Okay, so we talked about what the shape of a bee is. It's not really round. It's not square. It's not triangle. It's more of an oval. So we drew an oval. You can make your oval any size that you want. Okay, just ovally shaped, and then a head, circle for the head. And you can make a bee that has all the accurate parts. So a bee is an insect, so it has a head, an abdomen, and a thorax. But you can also just make a two-part bee, whichever you choose. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those parts out. I'm going to make mine. Mine with 3 parts, a thorax too. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And actually, what I'm going to do, because our trick that we know. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. You're going to learn a couple tricks, or we're going to use a couple tricks. So I'm going to fold this in half, actually, and I'm just going to cut my circle, and that will be for both the abdomen and for my head. Okay, so now you can put your yellow away. Okay, so now I have 2 for the thorax. And okay, that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those parts down. Okay, so I have that, and I'm going to do it right on the white paper so that I don't get glue all over the table. There's that, and then it's easier to see. And then I'm going to put my head right on there on top. Okay, now I'm going to make stripes. So I have just a strip, and I'm going to randomly cut just a bunch of little strips. Okay, bunch of strips, and these are for the stripes of the bee. Okay, so now I'm not going to worry about measuring or anything. I'm just going to start putting them on, and you can see that they're hanging off the end. I don't care. That doesn't matter, because I have a trick that I'm going to teach you that is super cool and really easy for trimming up things like that, because it doesn't matter that it sticks out like that. Okay, because I can flip it over and I can see the edges of this, and then I'm just going to snip them all off. Okay, I don't have to worry about measuring or anything. So I'm just going to keep putting all of the stripes on, all the way down like that. And again, like that. And this was really a fun activity. And the bees, again, looked so cute. And people shared information about bees. They have multiple eyes. They have what's called compound eyes, which is really cool. They have 3 or 4 sets of eyes. Okay, so there is my the stripes on my abdomen and my thorax, not on the head because they're not on the head. And what I'm going to do is I have cut it. I've tipped it over, okay, and I'm now going to just trim all of those pieces off because I can see the edge. And I don't have to measure. It's not precise, but it perfectly cuts the edge. Okay, flip it over, do the same thing on this side. That gets rid of all of them. Then all of my stripes have the right curve and everything. This is a great technique when you're weaving to do as well. Okay, so there is my bee, looks kind of like a wasp. Okay, so then what do we need? Let's see. So we can do one thing. I'm going to take one of these thin strips. I'm going to fold it into a V for antenna. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the top of the back. I'm going to do that so that it's in the back it's behind my head. So there you go. Okay, so there is my bee antenna. And then I need legs. And how many legs does an insect have? Does anybody know? It's different than a spider. So it is 6. So I'm going to make 6 legs for my bee. And the cool thing is that all of the legs are on the abdomen. They are not on the thorax. They're on the abdomen. So, and they're right at the edge. They're right at the edge, so that's okay. And I'm gonna make these actually shorter than this. I'm gonna snip them off after I get them here because these are way too long. But I was using leftover strips. Okay, so there are my legs. I'm gonna cut them in half, just like that. Okay, so there's my legs. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay, now, oh my gosh, we need wings. So I'm going to just cut a piece of white paper. I'm gonna fold this in half. Okay, super easy. Okay, super easy. Oops, that one's got something on it that I want. So, okay, so I'm gonna use this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this in half. Now, we discovered that bees have 2 sets of wings. So they actually have 4 wings. One set in the front is bigger, so I'm gonna do an ovally shape. And then one set in the back is smaller. Okay, so again, I'm going to use this to cut these out. It's doubled up, so I'm getting 2 cut at once. That's one of my favorite techniques. All right, and then, okay, then what I'm gonna do, so I can make 3D. So you could do really simple and just put your wings on like that, okay? Just glue them on so that they're flat. But if you want to add a little dimension, you can bend your wing like that a little bit and do the same thing with the bottom ones. Okay, and I'm going to do that. Okay, so here we go. There's my little ones, and here's my big ones. And I'm gonna glue them on, and then I'm gonna show you one more trick to even give it a little bit more pizzazz. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my wing on, my wings on like this. Okay, and I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna put these underneath like this. Okay, all right, so, and I'm gonna go like that, and like this. Okay. All right, so there, you could leave them just like that. You could do it like that. You could do it so that they stick up just a little bit. Okay, a little bit like that. All right, so there are wings. So you've got wings like that. But if you want to do one more thing really cool, take a pencil and roll your wings out. Oh, look at that. And you have a curly, cute little wing. And it will stay like that. It's really cool. I love curling and adding 3 dimensions. So I'm going to do the same thing with the little wings inside and just curl them just a little bit like that. And then, okay, all right, there we go. There is my wing, my bee, and I'm gonna cut out a tiny circle for my eyes. Okay, like this. I'm gonna cut out, I got 2, because I did my favorite fold technique. I'm gonna go like that, and like that, and put it on there. And I'm gonna go, and like that. And I could even, there's my bee. And I could even make a smiley on my bee if I want. Super cute. It's kind of a backwards one, but I can bend it like that. And there is my bee. Bzz, like that. Okay. Have fun creating. Hugs to you all. Remember, this is based on we did this because of the Irish folktale about Saint Dominic and the bees. Check it out in the library. Hugs to you, Miss Amy.